Hello guys, thanks for joining me on this Sunday morning. It's a damp and wet Sunday morning here. It's been raining all morning, so I'm going to be staying at home today. I've just made myself a nice cup of coffee here. So what I'm going to do today is we'll do a room tour of not my house, nope, but my study upstairs. So we're just going to go upstairs. And this is my hallway, my front door, and I made it into a kind of an art gallery. So I've got all my artworks here. Basically I bought these charity shops, junk shops and the like. A few of them I bought on vacation, and they're all original works of art of various sorts. Most of them amateur works and the like, but it looks quite nice here in the staircase going up into the up to my top floor. So like I say, I made it into a kind of a art gallery, exhibition space kind of thing. So I got all my artwork up there. As you can see, looks quite nice, I think. Got a collection of Observer books here in the hallway. I can't help myself but buy any that I see in the various charity shops. If I find one which I haven't got, I'll buy it, and I've made up a nice little collection here of various Observer books. And I do like that painting here of the mountainscape and the lake in the front. And I got more artwork going up the wall here. Anyhow, moving on, we'll come to my study here. Man cave, den, whatever you want to call it. This is my personal space in the house. And this is where I spend most of my time, especially in the evenings or in damp days like today when there's not much happening. That's the view I get over towards the Moray Firth and the city that I live in, down in the valley. So anyhow, I haven't done a room tour for quite some time now, so I thought you guys might want to have a look at where I spend most of my time. And what I've got in my room, we'll just close the door slightly here. So, got a flag there on the door there. I've got my DX, I'm sitting around various places. I've got my M16 in the back there. I've got my other bits and pieces there. So it's not a big space. When I bought the house, there was a family living here, and the room here was for the kids. It was like a kid's bedroom. So what I did about just over 10 years ago, I put in that big bookcase there. So I've kind of lost about 3 feet or so of the room, the length of the room. The bookcase is 2 layers on the top and 3 layers on the bottom. That's the only way I can really get a bookcase in here for the amount of books that I had at the time. And I've got even more books now, and they're just filling up all over the place now, as you can see. So basically I've got 2 layers on the top here. A bit difficult to see, but you can see there are books behind the front layers. And I got books and more books behind there. You're not going to be able to see them, but anyhow, trust me. So that's where I spend my evenings. As I say, I've got my lamps there. I've got a couple of easy chairs here for sitting here. My cat usually joins me, so there's a couple of places for the cat to sit when he wants to come in. So I've got a few National Geographics in the corner there. I've got a little frame here of 3 British Army badges there. That's about the only British Army items I have on display. So as I say, I got my Type 56 there in the corner. I've got a reproduction poster. And I got my childhood baseball and glove. As most of you know, I lived in Germany for 7 years in Bavaria in the 1970s, and we lived in a town called Bad Kissingen. Bad is the German word for spa, so the spa town of Kissingen. And as the motto there on the bottom says, the spa town of Kissingen makes you healthy and makes you young again. So I bought that poster a few years back when I went back to the place to revisit it. I always wanted a university degree. Never had a chance when I was younger, when I was 18 and so, but I ended up doing the Open University for 7 years and got my Bachelor of Arts degree there. I've just covered up my name, in case you're wondering. And I'm very proud of that. And I used to live in Edinburgh. When I first moved to the United Kingdom, I lived in Edinburgh, on the outskirts in Cramond, and that's a 1946 dated pen and ink drawing of the castle. So that's quite a nice charity shop find, obviously. I get most of my items from the charity shops. So as I say, I got two easy chairs to sit on, that one here, and I do like that one here. And the reason I bought that particular chair is because it's very similar to the easy chairs that they had in the library when I was in Germany. They had a leather seating arrangements just like that, very similar. So I bought that just out of nostalgic reasons. And that's where I spend most of my time. So you can see the mark where I've been sitting. And when I sit here on a chair, I've got my books basically to my left here. And I've got my military display right in front of me, so when I'm reading I can just look up and enjoy the items that I have got there. So as you can see, I've got my deactivated MP40 on the floor there just now. It looks quite nice with all the rest of the stuff. Got a couple of Cold War period helmets, a West German Army helmet on the left and the American helmet on the right there. That's an old childhood toy box on the bottom. It's a ammunition crate that my father got somewhere, and I used that as a toy box when I was a child, and now it just is filled with odds and ends. Next to that is a telescope. If you watch my videos, you'll probably think my main interest is militaria, but it isn't really. I've only really been collecting militaria on a regular basis for the last maybe 15 years or so. The very first items that I bought were these helmets here, which I've got on the corner here. I bought these about 15 years ago or so, and then the collection just basically started from there. But I mean, before that, basically from my teenage years up until my 20s, I was more interested in stamps. So that bookcase in the corner there has my stamp collections. I no longer actively collect stamps. I stopped collecting stamps probably in my late 30s, early 40s, but I still have all my old collections. In case you wonder what I collected obviously Germany because I lived there, and I've also collected American stamps, so I've got quite a few there. So I got Third Reich items there and into the 1970s and early 1980s with German stamps and the like. I also used to collect coins, so I've got 3 boxes on the corner there of the bookcase on the top, and they contain coins. I used to collect coins as a kid. Every time we went on holiday, whatever, on vacation somewhere, I used to take home coins and the like. And I still occasionally, if I find them in charity shops and the like, I'll buy coins. And as I say, my main coin collection's in there. The top box, the black box, has all my valuable coins, silver coins and the like, and the other 2 boxes are basically everything else that I collect over the year, which is not that valuable, but still quite nice to have. And I just got all the bits and pieces on top of the bookcase. So as I say, I'm not a 100%, well, I should say I haven't always collected militaria items. So all those books on the top of the table there are astronomy books, so that will give you an idea what my main interest has always been since I was a child, and that's basically astronomy. I do have 2 telescopes. Got a small telescope down on the bottom, which I got 45 years ago. It's in that red bag there. I'm not going to take it out just now, but that's a 4-inch reflector, and I've got a 6-inch reflector downstairs. Obviously it doesn't live up here. So I got a radio on top there, which is usually tuned into FM classics. That's what I usually listen to. And I got some more books up there and various bits and pieces. As you can see, I got my deactivated rifle in the back there. And that little box there on the top of the radio contains a few West German and East German items. And my very first items that I ever bought, I didn't buy them, I traded them as a playground trade. So the very, very first items that I ever collected were the badge there and these two berry badges. And I got these in Germany from somebody in my junior high class. I don't remember what I traded them for, but that's going back 45 years. So, and that's basically started from there. But as I say, I've only really been actively collecting 10, 15 years. And as you can see, it's not a huge collection, so I have no desires to collect tons and tons of stuff. And basically what I collect is Third Reich items, as you can see there, and also US Cold War period items. So I've got my helmet there, I've got a few bits and pieces down there. I've got a deactivated rifle there, an M16 rifle. And then again, as you can see, I've got mostly astronomy books here piled up in the front there. And I got more astronomy books there. Otherwise, the rest of them are just a wide variety of subjects. Got some military books there on the military, obviously the German military mostly. I like political books. I kind of moved to the United Kingdom back in the 1980s, and I've been interested in what's going on in the British politics and the like. So I do like autobiographies and the like of British prime ministers and the like. I do like the classics, so I've got books up there, poetry in the top corner, classic novels and the like there. Probably one of my favorite authors is a New Zealand author by the name of Catherine Mansfield, which is that purple book there. So I've got a few of her books, got a few more of hers there. I like Roman history, so I've got a selection of books on the Roman period, especially the British Roman period. So all those books there, basically ancient Rome, Roman Britain, things about the wall, Hadrian's Wall and the like. I've got mostly books about America on those two shelves there. So that's crammed with books on America, front and back. And the shelf there is basically all German books about Germany. The yellow and red box in the corner there, again, that used to be a toy box for me when I was a child, and it was my father's army locker back in the 60s, so that's his old army locker. And I had a lot of stuff sent over here. I moved here, as I said, in the 80s, and then over the next 20 years or so, basically, I got a lot of stuff sent here from my parents' house, things that I wanted, like a lot of my old books and the like, toys, and well, not so much the toys. I've only got a few toys here from my childhood, like that racing car there in the corner, that dinky tank there, and that Stuka airplane over there. So that's basically mostly all I have from my childhood toy-wise. But I mean, I had a lot of books and other stuff, and I had that box sent over. It got shipped over here. It cost me a hell of a lot of money to get it shipped over. It was crammed full of junk, but worth it, and it looks quite nice in the corner there. So as I say, I'm interested in the Roman period, and for that reason I've got a little display of Roman artifacts up there. They're not original, obviously. The items in the box are, I've got a little display case here, and that's all original Roman items, brooches and the like, a couple of Egyptian things in there. The other ones are obviously reproductions here, but in the Roman style. So got a nice bust here which I found in a charity shop of Apollo. A few other bits and pieces there. I used to play guitar when I was younger, but I don't really play guitar anymore, and I think arthritis on my fingers or whatever. I can't pluck the strings as much as I used to do. Plus, I was a nurse for more than 20 years. I've always had short fingernails since then, so I'm not really good at plucking the guitar strings anymore, but that's my guitar there. Talking about being a nurse, that is a my diploma or certificate there. I've just covered up my name again, as you but that is my registered general nurse. So, and on top of the shelf here, so I kind of made it a two-step bookcase. So you got two rows of books on the top here, and then it's a stepped shelf on the bottom there. So it's three here, but it's given me a shelf unit here, which I, as you can see, covered up with things here. So I've got a bust of Lenin. I'm not a communist or anything. I'm apolitical, but something I found in a charity shop, so I thought it was a cool thing. Got Napoleon here. I've got a Art Deco, or Art Nouveau, I should say, figurine there. And I've got another radio here. This one's a world radio, so I can pick up continental stations. So sometimes in the evenings I'll listen to, for example, German radio stations. I obviously can listen to English stations, but my foreign language is German. I only speak German and English, so I listen to German radios when I get a chance. Got a few Art Deco kind of things there. A long time ago I lived in Arizona, so I got a couple of Arizona items there. These are Navajo figurines, so these were carved by Navajo. They're original, they're real things. Deities. I've got a Navajo souvenir pot there that's made for the souvenir tourist market. And I found that little resin figure of John Wayne in a charity shop. So I thought it looks quite nice there. And again, I got more books in the back there. More junk. Junk. I do like John Wayne. That's quite a nice book here on John Wayne. I got bits and pieces in the boxes here. Various bits and pieces there. That's quite neat here. I found this the other day. I was going through some stuff the other day and I found this here. I haven't seen this in a long time. So just quickly cover up my name. So it's my revision notes from my nursing days when I was a nurse. So these are all my revision notes that I made up for myself for when I was revising for my exams. That's quite a nice memory. That's in fact the only thing I've kept from my student days. I don't have anything really left from my nursing days. So that's quite a nice item. So basically it's a nostalgic room here. I spend a lot of time here listening to music, just reading stuff. And I got a lot of stuff from my past here. That display cabinet is full of stuff that I collected over the years, or that came from my childhood or beyond. So basically that's it. I can move the chair here. It turns into a little desk, which I sometimes use. So if I take off the cushion here, and the thing just gets tilted, and it just sits there like that, and I can use it as a little table there, which I often do. So I've got all my books in the corner here. I've got my Ospreys here. Got another German helmet there. That's a M17 helmet. As I say, I got my deactivated M16 there, and I got all my military books down here, all my Ospreys and the like. Got even more books down here. This is a recent book that I bought. Uniforms of the German Soldier. Maybe do a review on these books one day. That's a nice one here. German Soldiers of World War II. And then I've got Deutsche Soldaten. Again, that's a nice book here. And World War II uniforms. But as I say, I don't read a lot of military books. Mostly it's things here. That's what I've been reading recently. So I've been reading The Rivals here. Gordon Brown and Tony Blair. I read this book here just recently, Lucy Irvin, Castaway. I saw the film on TV not that long ago with Amanda Donohoe or somebody, I can't remember, and what's that old drunkard's name, Reed. But it's an interesting book. The film is better than the book, I thought. The first half of the book is interesting. It gets very boring at the end, so it's not something I'd recommend, really. That's a good book here, Politics on the Edge by Rory Stewart. So I've enjoyed that book here. The End of the Party, that's the Labour Party. Again, the rise and fall of New Labour. Again, with Gordon Brown and Tony Blair. And again, this one here basically does the same. So that's what I enjoy reading mostly these days. Political books and the like. That's a reproduction bit there. So anyhow, that's nearly 20 minutes, if not more. So I think I'll leave it at that. This video is getting a little bit long now. So anyhow, that's a quick tour of my room. And I dedicate the video to you, John Timber. I hope you enjoy this video. It gives you something to do when you're sitting at home in Poland. And I know you like these kind of videos. So, as I say, this video is dedicated to you, John Timber. Anyhow, I'll leave it up. I'll leave that for now. As always, thanks for watching. And bye for now.